Hey YouTube, T Holtz here with another update on my planted tanks. A couple changes since my last update of a couple weeks ago. I had Riccia moss on the driftwood right here and in the back there, but I don't think it was getting enough light, so it all turned brown. So I took the Riccia moss off. Eventually what I'll do is this Java moss right here, when that grows out a little bit more, I'll pull a few pieces off and I'll put it in this area here. It looks kind of bare without the Riccia that was on there. Riccia had been nice and green and growing really well, but all of a sudden it just started to turn brown, so I took it all out. I added a couple of rocks right here. That area was kind of bare under the driftwood, so I thought a couple of rocks would make it look a little different. Rotala here, quite a jungle still growing of Rotala. Needs to be trimmed again. I had some stunted growth, but it seems to be coming back. Dwarf Sage filling in again nicely. It died off on me a couple months back, but now it's coming back. All the fish are doing well. You're seeing my peppered quarry cats there foraging around. Fed them a couple hours ago, but they're still looking for food. 6 peppered quarry cats in here. All the fish are doing well. All the plants doing well for the most part. It's Anubias nana right here, getting some new leaves. Nice green on the Anubias barderi and the big Amazon sword plant there in the back. One problem I did have is if you notice the base of this banana plant, the bananas fell off the base, and that's because you're not supposed to bury the banana portion when you plant it. And I'll show you what I mean over here. There are the bananas on the bottom of the banana plant. They're supposed to be in just like that above the substrate, not supposed to be buried. And I didn't bury them, but they kind of buried themselves on this plant. And I tried to unbury them a couple times, but I think when the roots just grew, kind of pulled the bananas down into the substrate, and they all kind of fell off. Now the bananas provide the nutrients for the rest of the plant. So what's happening is now when the new leaves come to the surface, they look like this one. Holes in it and rotted out already. It doesn't have enough strength, enough nutrients to grow the nice lilies. You see the edge of this one too. The edge of this one too, rotting out. There's another yellow one here. I'm going to have to take that off. It's supposed to look like this one. Not like this. So eventually I'm going to have to take this banana plant out. It's still growing. There's another shoot coming up here, but it's probably going to have come up yellow with some holes in the leaves. We'll see what happens with that. I'll take it out and I'll replace it with something else probably in time. Go over to the side here. You see all my gold barbs. Water sprite still in the corner. Grows out of control. Very thick vegetation on this side of the tank. And over on the other side, Amazon sword plant. And tough to see here, but this Anubias looking good. One of the interesting things here, this Anubias nana, you could see the roots and how they've gripped right onto the driftwood here. I just kind of set this plant in a crevice of the wood, and it's attached itself really good. Doing very well. There's one of my cherry barbs. There in the back is kind of hard to see, is my Harlequin rasboras. Not really in the light for you to see them. And the view from the top, you can see the banana lilies. Some of them doing well, but the ones that were attached to that plant where the bananas fell off, turning yellow. Water sprite grows out of control. But the fish are all doing well. They're very happy in here. I don't see my Otocinclus catfish. Oh, there's one of them. I don't know. Let's see if we can get a view. There he is. Right there. Hanging on to the leaves. All in all, things are doing well, except for the Riccia moss. And we'll take a look over here. 20-gallon high. For the focus. Neon's all doing well. Haven't lost any of them. Java moss really taking off on this driftwood here. And it has really grown very nicely. This Anubias got a couple of nice leaves. New. This one too has got a few nice leaves in here. New leaves, I mean. Radican swords in the corner. This dwarf sage has really spread. There was only a few dwarf sage plants here, and as you can see, there's a nice grassy carpet of them. And over here in this area, I put one, and there's now 3 others. So dwarf sage growing real well, as is this Rotala up and through here. Already reaching the top and curling over. And this huge water sprite I've trimmed a bunch of times. You can see it's in the whole center of the tank, this huge water sprite. Only thing not doing really well in here is the cherry shrimp. I had 10 of them, and I don't have that many right now. I think there's maybe 5 or 6. I'm not sure if they died or in the tank. Did they crawl out? I don't really know. But the ones that are in here, they're hard to see. There's a few. There's one right there. They're not very active. They're not coming out and swimming around the tank like they're supposed to. So for some reason, they're not really happy with the conditions in this tank. I don't know why. All the parameters are as they're supposed to be. pH is good. No ammonia, no nitrates, no nitrites. I don't really know why they're not doing well, but they're definitely not. Got a floating plant here on the top. You see it moving around in the current, duckweed. That came with the Java moss. There was only about 5 or 6 of them attached to the Java moss. And now, I need the light back. You see the duckweed all over the surface of this tank. Eventually I'll have to take some of it out once it covers up too much of the tank, but you can see it there. Real nice plant. It acts as like a natural filter of the water. It takes out a lot of the harmful properties in the water that the fish would want removed. And you can see the roots. Let's see, you can see all the roots hanging down from them. as they float around. Over here on this side, you can see all the duckweed and the roots floating. That has grown really fast. Like I said, there was only 5 or 6 of them mixed in with the Java moss, and now there is covering maybe half the surface. I added another filter, an AquaClear 30. Get more filtration to this tank to go along with the Whisper 40 that was in here. And I saw another YouTube member use these straws here with a couple of suction cups to keep the duckweed out from being blown down by the filter. The duckweed would all be pushed down into the plants below and make a mess if it wasn't for these straws that I have here that cause the duckweed to just go right by the filter and not get caught up in it and get pushed down. So that was a good idea that Cam had from Cam's Live Aquaria. It really works. So all in all, everything going real well in here, except for the cherry shrimp. I'm not sure why. As I said, all the water parameters are really good. That's one of the reasons why I added another filter, thinking, well, maybe another filter will keep the water cleaner and they'll like it a little bit better. So we'll see what happens with them as time goes on. That's my update. Thanks for watching.